Some leaders build long careers, others build lasting cultures. David Caveness has spent more than 50 years in the real estate industry with a career spanning education, national franchise leadership, and brokerage growth. Along the way, he's helped shape one of the most respected independent real estate companies in the country. But what makes this conversation stand out isn't just the longevity, it's the perspective.
And then the people, the I'll call it community that they surround themselves with. And then that, to me, it's leadership is a team. Leadership team, you've heard that. It's a team. It's not an individual.
David brings a rare kind of clarity to leadership, one rooted in patience, discipline, and a deep understanding that no great company is built by one person alone. He speaks candidly about the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people, creating opportunities for others to grow, and building something that lasts beyond any single individual.
It's not a single person. See, I don't think leadership is a single person. Name a leader and then look at the people that they surrounded themselves with. I think that's the challenge.
In this episode, he shares the principles that have guided his career, including a culture built on connection, commitment, and community, what he refers to as the 3 C's, and why those fundamentals still matter even as the industry continues to evolve. There's wisdom here, there's humility, and a steady, grounded perspective that only comes from decades of experience. Let's dive into today's episode.
Welcome, everyone, to today's session, Real Estate Unscripted podcast with none other than David Caveness. Welcome, sir. We're very excited to have you.
Thank you.
And on that note, Darryl.
Thanks, Jules. Now, I'm going to also just give a couple other suggestions, gang. So write your questions as the conversation's happening. So if you don't have that window open right now, why don't you go find where the Q&A is and open it so that way you're prepared. Also, we have a mixture of leadership on this call, and we've also got agents on the call. I always say this for the agents because I want you guys to get the most out of this. As agents, I always believe that you guys are businesses within the business. And so therefore, I want you to listen to the conversation through being a business owner and how can you adapt the principles and ideas that we're going to reveal here during this conversation to your business. With that said, David, I am so glad that you're here. I want to shout some accolades so people can appreciate who is sitting on this call with me. David has been in the business for over 50 years. His career spans education, national franchise leadership, brokerage management, and CEO. Chairman of Carpenters Realty's Indiana's largest independently owned residential. No, not any.
Darryl, you got the truth is important. We're the second. No, we're getting our ass kicked by the number one firm there, which we will not mention them.
Okay.
But we're always on there. We work at night. We're always looking for some competitive advantage against them.
All right. Well, I appreciate the correction, David. I would say please continue to do that, but I know with you I don't have to tell you that. He grew Carpenter from 6 office and 120 agents.
Darryl, I've got to stop you again.
Oh my God!
I didn't. Darryl, I didn't. We've got a whole team of people. Which, if it was just me, we'd be at 4 offices. Keep going.
I'm sorry, David. I'll get better at this one day. Well, while he was sitting in the office drinking coffee, his team grew it to 685 agents, 32 offices, $1 billion, $4 billion is
34 offices.
34 offices. Okay.
Another one.
David, is there anything else you just want to say about who the hell you are? Because I know I'm just going to screw this up.
Keep going.
He's known for his brick and mortar commitment. So, okay, good. I have to keep checking every word I say now to make sure that I'm getting it right. There's an equity ownership model in the company, and which helped him basically take over the company. He took full advantage of that model, and he's a passionate community leader. And in his free time, he'll be at the Comedy Shop in Indiana. With that said, David, is there anything you'd like to add to the accolades that I just tried to give you?
No.
Okay, good. This is going to be, is that all you got there, David? Is this going to be yes or no questions? Okay. So,
Yeah.
David, I heard that your dad was a dentist in West Texas. And at 16 years old, you wanted to be a real estate broker. So I'm just curious, like touring ranch land with brokers, what was it about the world of real estate that grabbed you?
No, Darryl, I mean, you got to imagine. I mean, I grew up with a house full of brothers and went to an all boys prep school. I'm 16 years old, and I'm so shy. I can't even watch myself brush my teeth in the mirror. You know what I mean? And so, and I think my dad was worried about me. And he just loved ranching. He was a dentist, but he loved ranching. So, and he loved looking at land. So on weekends and his Wednesday off, he would go with land brokers and look at ranches, actually around Dallas at that time. And he'd take me along. He'd say, "Get in the car. We're going to go meet something." And we'd go out. And I remember, you introduce you to the broker and you get in their truck and you're out driving around looking at land. And my dad would say, "What do you think of this piece?" Turn to me and say, "What do you think of this piece?" And I knew it was a lot of money, and he'd say, "What do you think of this piece?" And I say, "Well, I don't like it nearly as much as the one we looked at last weekend." And of course, we weren't with that broker last weekend because my dad, he would use several landmen. And this guy'd look around. And I'd say, "I like that one better." He'd say, "Wow." And then so he would, and then occasionally, not very often because it's too expensive, he'd end up buying a piece of land and then he'd say, "Well, I bought that one because David thought it was the better one."
Wow.
And a 16-year-old kid, think about that. And your dad is spending, in those days, hundreds of thousands. And you'd think, "Oh my goodness, maybe I'm good at this." And this is the truth. And it happened, month after month after month. Pretty soon I thought, I'm really good at this. Maybe this is what I should do, get in the real estate business and be a real estate broker. And I wasn't even sure what that was, really. You drive around and show people nice pieces of land and they pay you a lot of money.
Now I've got to ask you, because just hearing that story, which I didn't know, it sounds like you had a really strong relationship with your dad.
Oh, I was scared to death.
Were you?
Yeah. I mean, he never raised a hand on me or anything like that. But I mean, he was probably 5'8", and I thought he was 7'10", and just a typical kid and his dad.
What would you say it was the one thing that maybe he instilled in you or that you learned from him to make you the person that you became as an adult?
I don't know. Patience. He had all these boys, and he was married to my mother. So he had to be extremely patient, man. And just the ability to be patient and keep it all in, never let it out. That's
Okay.
what I learned.
All right, that's very cool. Now, you spent years in real estate education before you ran the brokerage. So first with Iowa Association, then Better Homes and Gardens. How did that foundation of teaching shape your leadership approach?
Oh, I don't know about the leadership, but shaping. I had an undergraduate degree, University of Denver. Did you mention that?
No, sorry, I missed that one.
In real estate construction management. And you spend a gazillion dollars and you learn a little bit. What I learned was in the education business, I was first director of education for the Montana Realtors Education Foundation, which was not in your bio there, and then Iowa Association, and then for Better Homes and Gardens National Franchise. And I'd never listed or sold a home, never. And so but I was with the greatest trainers. Darryl Davis was one of ours, trainers and educators in the industry for a couple of decades, and it was and over. So repetition is the key to learning. I mean, I learned every aspect of real estate brokerage, appraisal, farm, investment, all of these topics, because I would literally sit in the audience or at the back of the room for a whole week hearing the same spiel over and over, month after month, year after year. And so some of it, gets through, and you end up learning this stuff. And it's and then you end up using it or spewing it, and people think you know it, and you do know it because you've been sitting in the class for years. It was the best background for real estate education, because I wasn't even paying for it. I was getting paid to sit there. It's great stuff.
Now, if you what I've learned about leadership is that there's a difference between managing people and leading people, and which with leading them, there's like that inspiration and finding their strengths and nurturing that. So, which I would say you lead people, you don't manage people. So, in case you missed it, that's a compliment.
No, I understand. I can't manage Michelle Smith, who's executive assistant there at Carpenter. I mean, she managed me for 20 years. I mean, every day, here's your coffee. Here's what you're going to do today. Here's how you're going to do it. Here are the 7 calls you got to make, and so management and leadership, absolutely separate things. You can hire managers. You can train managers. I believe leadership is a little different.
Tell me, David, in your opinion, how would you define leadership versus management?
Yeah, leadership isn't. And I don't know. I don't know. I know I don't know. Leadership isn't about one person. Winston Churchill, great leader during the. It wasn't just him. I mean, shoot, he was smoking, drinking, and maybe chasing the ladies. I don't know. It's not a single person. See, I don't think leadership is a single person. Name a leader and then look at the people that they surrounded themselves with. I think that's the challenge. Who are you going to put in your group? I don't think it's one person. I think it's about who you're connecting with, who's in your group, who's your connection, the level of commitment the leader has, and how they can project that and inject that maybe into the people that are around them, and then the people that I'll call it community that they surround themselves with, and then that to me, it's leadership is a team. Leadership team. You've heard that. It's a team. It's not an individual. You got to have somebody on point. You got to have somebody who's in charge. So brush your teeth, take care, comb your hair, put your suit on, tighten your tie, look good. But it's the people you put around. Yeah, and without them, no leader lasts.
That's truly brilliant. Truly brilliant. I knew I would get one moment of brilliance out of you. I don't know about the rest of the call, but we grabbed.
We've only been in 15 minutes. You're going to get 5, 6, 8.
You think so? Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I'm game. I've got
it all right here.
All right, good. Well, whatever you got in that cup of coffee, it's working.
Oh. Yeah.
All right. When you. Yeah. All right. So walk us through the strategy. So when you built it to the 30 plus offices.
34 today.
Okay. All right. walk us through the strategy, and you brought it from 6 to 120. At least your team did.
The team.
Yes, the team did. Thank you very much. I'll
Well,
get it.
learning.
I'm learning.
You're learning. You're learning.
Thank goodness, David. So walk us through the strategic thing behind the growth. Was there a master plan? Did you build it one decision at a time? Was there a vision, or was a bigger vision, smaller vision? Like, how did you do that?
Well, it wasn't me.
How did your team do it?
Yeah, no, but Tom Prawl, and Tom passed this last year, God bless him. Tom had a vision. He had the vision. He surrounded himself with us. I'm one of the minions that he surrounded himself with. And he had a vision, and he started off as a sole operator and just built this. And I remember him, he joined the Better Homes and Gardens franchise, the previous Better Homes and Gardens franchise, in 1981, I think it was. I get confused sometimes, age. And so Tom had this vision of 54 real estate offices in central Indiana. At the time, he had 6, I think, 5 or 6. And he sold Better Homes and Gardens on this master plan where he's going to build this giant residential real estate brokerage firm. And Better Homes and Gardens bought it. And then so they took his check and he bought the territory, and he began expanding and growing one branch at a time. Identify a leader. Identify a manager, a leader for a prospective branch in an area. And he did all the math. I mean, he'd do the population and all this stuff. Here's enough houses, sales to support a branch. And then he would identify the manager and create a location, low budget. I mean, it was pretty basic going in. And he'd set a goal for the manager. If you get listing inventory to a certain level and sales to a certain level, I will buy a piece of land and build a building, brand new building, new furniture, new everything, and you're the manager for the rest of your life. It's interesting. When Tom Prawl hired somebody, he would hire them for the rest of their life, and he would create the opportunity for them to grow in that position, all the way to being president of the company or chairman of the board or whatever in the company. No family members were allowed to be an employee of the company. It was very interesting. Now, his daughter ended up being an outstanding sales agent, broker for us for years, but not in ownership and not in management. It's just a great thing. And just do the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one. And he'd identify a location. I've got to find a manager. Manager would then hire brand new agents, train them up, and
I think I read that in my research that was more of the model. Instead of getting experience, correct me if I'm wrong, getting experienced agent, you preferred, or he preferred, with the hiring somebody brand new. Is that accurate?
That was his philosophy. And of course, if you work for Tom, it was your philosophy. If it worked for Tom, it was you did not want to disappoint. That leadership is such an interesting thing. Tom, you knew he was brilliant. No one was more passionate about it. Total commitment. And he wanted you to do the best you could do. And he wanted you and your family to prosper. I mean, it was all about you personally and are you doing the right thing? Are your family and all of these kinds of things? He went well beyond just the business with all of us. It was about you, your health, your family, your personal financial. Darryl, you bought, and this is part of the philosophy or the culture that's still in Carpenter. You buy a new car, you're in the management team at Carpenter, and you buy a new car, you're going to hear about it. Oh, you're going to hear about it. Now, I hope Ted Bidding, who's our chief sales officer, is listening. Ted got a nice position. He's in a great position in our company, but he was moving up from knucklehead to sales agent to assistant manager to regional manager, owner. I mean, all these people in our company that own the company all started down here and just worked their way up. I remember he got a nice kick, and I think it was big distribution bonus or something. And he bought I think, was it a BMW?
Okay.
And then it was just this silence in the company. What the? And then, Ted, can I talk to you for a minute? And Ted gets an earful. Basically, you don't do that. You're going to buy you're going to buy a nice car, it's going to be used. You're going to let everybody know it's used. And you bought it after it's depreciated. I mean, that whole philosophy of understatement and fiscal discipline and respect. Capital stays where capital goes where it's welcomed. It stays where it's well treated. It's like money's like a person. It'll stay there if it's well treated, taken care of. You abuse capital, and it's going to leave you, and you're going to be broke. And that was part of Tom. I mean, that's this, and that's leadership, where somebody can infuse these principles and stuff into a culture, build a culture. That's leadership. It's not follow me, everybody. No, that doesn't work very long.
This is brilliant. This is brilliant stuff, David. It truly is. Thank you so much. Tell me about the ownership model, because that's something else I wasn't clear on. I didn't know doing the research. Can you explain that? Because that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. Understand, this is a guy. Most brokers, you've seen this over and over for years and years. I've seen it for 50 years. Somebody starts off, they're a good salesman. They open a real estate office. They start getting people. Pretty soon they got multiple branches, and they build this thing, and then they bring their kids in. Oh my God, they bring their kids in. They bring their grandkids in. God bless them. And they're developing a family. They're actually, probably, in a lot of cases, destroying their family by bringing them into the business. And in the end, they breed the brains out of the family, and the companies go out of business, or they get merged or something. They're gone. Most of them. There's rare exceptions, as you know. Tom created an organization where he said, I want the people that help me build this, I want them to benefit from it, and I want their children to benefit from it. Not in employment, but in the financial benefits.
Okay.
And so he basically said, we have no children employed here. My kids, your kids, no, ever, now, no.
Okay.
And so that's part of it, just to avoid all that kind of conflict and the feelings it brings among other people on your team, your leadership team, about favoritism and things like that, politics, all that kind of stuff. He didn't like. He wouldn't allow it. I mean, there's no second guessing at Carpenter. There's all the politics of a big company don't exist there. You think, oh, you're being naive. No, they don't. And so he said, we got 100,000 shares, and over time, and he created a formula for valuation, very formal, very legal.
Okay.
And then over time, you are given the opportunity for selected individuals, marketing director, relocation director, accounting director, or certified, or the chief financial officer, all the key departments. Those people in our company are eligible to purchase shares.
Okay.
They participate in the profit distribution of profits, which can be, in a small business, a successful year can be very exciting. Some years it's, you're just crying yourself to sleep every night. A lot of years it's great. And so, and it had a formula price, so nobody was favoritism or anything like that. And it was by the position, not the individual. Interesting. Position, not the individual.
Okay.
I put you're my marketing director, Darcy. Darcy has the opportunity to buy shares. And the leadership, the senior person, determines how many shares and kind of balances it for the future. And over time, I mean, I was, regional manager and stuff. And over time, I didn't know any better. So I'm buying shares when I could. And then, and so what happens is, over time, somebody has more shares. I mean, literally, you think this is crazy. I'm sitting there adding up, doing the math, doing math. And I go, I got a lot of shares in this company. So I literally went from regional manager to general sales manager, and then general manager, vice president, and president, because my shares were going up. Now you
Okay.
say, well, just because of shares? No, because the shares were allocated based on your overall performance. The
Okay.
opportunity. Go buy them. And so the whole thing goes, I'm taking longer than you want. Bottom line is, it's brilliant. I didn't do this. Tom created it. I sat there while he was doing it. And he'd say, what do you think? And I go, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I really like your ideas. And so over time, and I ended up, that's how I became the president of the company. And that's how, and now Julianne Jensen, who started out as part-time sales agent, Carpenter hires part-time agents. Part-time sales, she wanted to make $5,000 so she could take her family on vacation once a year. God is my witness. And now she's
Wow.
president of the company. And so
Wow.
she starts off, and then, great agent, manager, regional manager, partner, of course, at regional level, and then president of the company. Ryan Carroll, who's our chief operating officer, another great example. I mean, these people have been with us 20 plus years. Ryan pushing 30 years. CFO 46 years or so, certified. These are all owners in the company.
Now, I would assume
they're not going anywhere.
Well, I was just going to say, I'm assuming, other than just the financial benefit of that there's a real ownership emotionally, mentally, and a commitment to the company and the growth and the integrity of it and the culture, all of that. It helps keep it tight.
And you said the commitment. You used the word commitment. I'm going to give you 3 words: connections. These people at Carpenter, and I'm bragging on the company because I'm a little further away from it now. These people are connected. They don't socialize a lot together. They don't go out and party and go over to each other's house for dinner. That's not our culture. I mean, occasionally, but not. But they're connected. They are emotionally and financially. They're in the boat together. And that financial commitment, the tenure, which you just don't find in the business outside of family. It's commitment. The word you used was commitment.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole, that small group of 8, 9 people, and then the branch managers, they call it a group of 50 or 60 people, 70 people, and then the whole company. It's a community.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not just, it becomes a connection, commitment, community. Those are the 3 kingpins.
The 3 C's
that you can build a company around, I think.
That's brilliant. That's going to be an article right there. The 3 C's. I love that. I will say, when you're sharing that too, Ted and Julian came up to me at Leading RE. I think it was after my session, but there was I get a lot of the brokers that come up to me and blah, 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 blah. But there was something about Ted and Julian, the way they came to me was like there was an intentionality, a commitment to their speaking. It was very powerful. Like, I'm getting a little woo woo here, but there was something intentional in their speaking with me. It wasn't casual. It was like, Darryl, this is great. We want to talk about something. Da, da, da. Just an observation. That's what kicked in for me when you were sharing.
Yeah.
So, all right, let me see. Leadership. I've got to ask you, actually, right now, this is not in the questions I was going to ask you, so I'm going to put you on the spot. But it was a question that got sent in advance. And not the politics of it, the 50 years that you've got under your belt, what's happening to the industry right now with the private listings, the coming soon, the CCP? You and I had a brief conversation a few years ago about it. But what's your take on this, David?
Oh, it's all the same.
Okay.
Now let me say this. This won't see you. I've been laughing at the real estate industry because I found that laughing. You know this about me. I'd rather laugh. I mean, if I go to a funeral, it's hard for me because I'm the guy laughing. I'm telling jokes at your funeral. We're going to talk about you, and the good, the bad, and the ugly about Darryl. See,
Julie, make sure that David gets an invite to my funeral, please.
I'll be doing I mean, we're let's laugh rather than cry.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Here's what's so funny about this in this crazy brokerage. Can you imagine people paying us all that money for driving around and showing them some pretty houses and filling out blanks and contracts? And then we hand it to somebody else and they do all the magic. Just amazing. What a great way to make a living. And let these people pay all the money. Hadn't changed. 50 years. Hasn't changed. What do you mean? Still drive people around in cars. Now, the beauty of our industry is, God, the places like Zillow and things like this, it's wonderful. These people, we used to have to find the house for them. In the book, remember the book?
I remember the book, sir, yes.
Black and white. We had to find the house for them. Oh, work. Now, they find the house, call us and say, can you show that house to me now before someone else buys it? Unbelievable. Oh, I'm busy. I'm getting my hair cut or I'm getting my car washed. I could be, unbelievable. And so we still show people houses and, showing, open the door, can't get the lockbox open. Oh my God. Oh, it's so hard, the combination. And opening doors. This is a closet. This is a bathroom. And we have yard signs. I don't know, Darryl, new technology, yard sign. In front of the phone number. We used to have pagers. Then we went to the bag phone and then the walkie-talkie phone. But now we have the little phone. So that technology's changed a lot. The internet makes it just easier for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But has it fundamentally changed? Do we still fill out forms? Oh, we fill them out now and we sign electronically. Just easier. Mm-hmm. Same thing. We do the same thing.
But do you think like
but Darryl, my point is the question you asked about the new technology and the changes in the industry. These are little tiny changes, little things. These aren't big I don't think people have been worried about the impact of technology for 50 years.
Yeah.
They've been worried about this for 50 years.
Yeah.
Well, laws and RESPA. See, Darryl, when you were still in diapers, RESPA came up. RESPA was going to put our industry out of business. I remember as director of education, Montana Realtors Education Foundation, we ran workshops across the state of Montana about RESPA, and people, they were wringing their hands. We're going out of business. The federal government is putting us out of business. RESPA.
Yep. Well, I remember too when there was a conversation going from the books to the internet. I think it was at a NAR meeting. That was the sky was falling. Brokers didn't want to go on the internet. They wanted to keep it in house, right?
How do we protect it? What if they dialed up and they could get all this information? Kind of like Zillow, where they've got everything. They've got information. I don't know if you know this, Darryl. They've got information on houses that are not for sale. Oh my God. Okay, let's keep going.
Well, do you have any thoughts about the whole, private listing thing, which a lot of the big brokerages?
No. If you need something to worry about your kids. If you need something to worry about the weather tomorrow. Guys, that's
okay.
You're counting pennies there.
Okay.
That will work itself out one way or the other. Don't worry about your competitors, cheating or whatever you want to call it. Go hire an agent and help develop them into a good broker, and have them and their families prosper. Then it'll be okay.
Got it. Now, as far as your agents in the company, if I'm not mistaken, you don't have a large turnover like a lot of brokers seem to be challenged with.
We have tenure, and we financially reward tenure. I won't go into the details, but it's a fabulous system. It's kind of complex and sometimes hard to explain to new agents. They just, can I be a broker at your company? Yes. We're a traditional company. Our splits are very traditional. And some, do we lose agents? Yes. Do we lose productive agents? Yes, occasionally. Uh, uh, but not compared to other brokerage firms. I mean, revolving, jump, jump, jump.
Yep.
We have it, but we don't have it to the degree.
And what would you attribute that to?
I think I think it is. We hire new agents, bring them into the business, introduce them to real estate, uh, invest a tremendous amount of time, effort, money into build the foundation for their career. We have smaller offices. We don't have mega offices. So their manager is a mentor. We have formal training continuously. I mean, nobody offers more ongoing training than we do on everything. Gina Culp is our training director. Oh my God, the world's best. I thought Amy Englert was the world's best. And then Gina, homegrown. I think she started with us as a sales agent at 19. God is my witness. I mean, I remember her. She had twin boys. She had her first daughter. She was pushing. She had a little girl, and then twin boys in the carrier thing, pusher thing, in the hallways of our West office. And she looked like she was 13 years old. And you're thinking, oh my goodness, it's just unbelievable. And now she's a partner in the company, owns shares in the company, training director. So she's a partner. Just fabulous, knows the business, and she's so connected with our people. And the training that she offers is phenomenal. And that's what we do. New agent, bring them up, get them up, and train them the carpenter way. And then over time, we still have agents that are not successful. You create an opportunity, but if they're not, if it's not right for them, there's a lot of hard work. Looks easy. It's a lot of hard work. I make fun of it, but it's a lot of hard work.
So some of the growth you had was acquisitions, but I don't think that is the main way that you grew.
It's a combo platter.
Okay. How do you decide when it's acquisition in this area is better or vice versa?
Most of our acquisitions have been, because if you look at Indiana, picture a rectangle kind of on its end. Indianapolis is in the middle, and all the interstates. Crossroads of America is our little buzzword. And we're in 15 counties surrounding Indianapolis. And you get out further, we're out in the cornfields of Indiana. Okay. And so you have counties, and you have a county seat, they call it county seat, town, little towns. And those are, they're their own little community. And so we want to be there, and we can really, and we scare them when we come to their community. So we buy we find a broker, okay, who still wants to be, not retiring. We want the broker and all of and we buy their business. If they have a building, we'll buy their building. We'll put them in as managers. We show them, you're going to make more money managing your business with us, because we're going to take the accounting, all of the supports is all centralized at Carpenter. I mean, a roll of toilet paper doesn't come from Walmart down the street. It comes from our central supply. Copy paper, copiers, everything that goes into the office, furniture, everything comes from a central location. It's really cool, and it's all the same. And so we hire you, Darryl. We're going to buy your company. We're going to pay you for your company. And then you're going to work for us the rest of your career.
Now,
make more money.
Now, so 34 offices. And during the growth, especially with COVID, with, people going virtual. So, but you guys didn't, correct me if I'm wrong, that you didn't shut down office, like you didn't go virtual. No. So is that a nature of the market, the size of the land, or is it a company decision, culture?
No, it's a company decision. I remember, talking about leadership, when COVID came about, we our senior team, management team, we were in Las Vegas at the leading real estate companies of the world. You mentioned it earlier. that was when their international conference was. We were there when it was all unfolding.
Right.
Oh my goodness. By the time we got back, I mean, literally, we weren't even sure we could fly. We were thinking rent a car and, 6 people in a, 2-door sedan driving back to India. We were scared. So we got back and the government shut everything down.
Right.
And so I'm in my dining, and technologically, your staff knows that I can't even get on a Zoom meeting, and so the first thing we did is set up our systems and communicate with our people. First of all, our staff. We had no idea how long, but our company financially, I'm not bragging about it, but I kind of am. We keep so much cash that we haven't borrowed a dollar in 35, 40 years.
Huh.
We just keep this pool of cash, and it's just money market. I mean, it's smart people would call it stupid. We just sleep better at night, and the money's sitting there. And first thing we said to every employee at Carpenter: relax, continue to do the job the best you can.
Mm-hmm.
With the circumstances, very fluid, but your job is secure. Even though every branch is shut down, you got admins in the branch. Your job is secure until we run out of money, and we can go about 5 or 6 years. And if the COVID goes on 5 or 6 years, you may lose your job. But
if it went on that long, we'd have bigger problems than just.
That's right. Yeah. But we basically said we're prepared to invest our capital all the way down to preserve the network that we had built. We're not, as you know, we own most of our buildings anyway. And so the communication went out, and it's just amazing. At every level, people are at home. They're still doing accounting. They're still all this stuff is still getting done. The admins in the branches were still doing their job. From our tech guy, George Christodoulou. Now that's a last name. We'll just call him George. George Greek. George immediately. You don't want to tell people what to do. They already know what to do, and they're fully empowered to do it. He said, if you don't have a computer or Wi-Fi at home that you can do your job, I'll bring it to your house and hook it up for you. And he literally did, because we're out in the boonies. And he went around all over central Indiana in 2 or 3 days, working day and night.
Wow, God bless.
Setting up computers, because we didn't know if it was going to be 2 weeks or 2 years. Setting up computers and printers for our admins to work from home, because this is before people worked at home.
Right.
Just and that's George. It was leadership, it was George leading, this has to be done. I'm the guy that can do it. And he'd say, is it okay for me to, George, hurry, go do what you already know what we need. Go do it.
And something that I've always said to our team is, plan for, or to our power agents too, you plan for the worst, hope for the best. Like you said, it could have been 2 days or 2 years. Well, let's plan for the worst and hope for the best. Let's get the system in place so we're not.
And then if we don't need it, we're blessed.
Right, exactly.
We don't need it.
I just had an aha here in that, because some brokerages would be shrinking their overhead with buildings, right? Like we'll go more virtual. We don't need these buildings. But you said something a moment ago about the cash. So I would guess that do you own the buildings? Is there debt on the buildings?
Yes. Or? There's debt. We have about we just refinanced, and we have 60 plus owners in our building package. So we have another company called Carpenter Properties Inc. that owns these buildings, brick and mortar. They're literally brick buildings, nicely located, and they are. And who owns those? Well, all of the senior management has shares. Branch managers have shares. Mm-hmm. Admin support people. So it's a different level in the organization chart that has ownership in the property. In the property. Uh-huh. And they can have that ownership till their death. Now they can't give the shares to their kids. They automatically, upon your demise, sell back. It's beautifully structured. Who put it together? Tom Prawl.
Tom.
Genius.
All right. So listen, I want to jump to some
Oh
questions
my.
from,
Oh my.
I know, because you talk a lot. Let me get to,
Not
so,
me.
so one of the questions somebody wants to know, do you still drink Venti Pike Place from Starbucks every morning? Venti.
Of course I do. It's a
Okay.
venti coffee with a shot of espresso. And if you have one of those every morning,
Yeah.
Saturdays and Sundays as well, you will live forever.
All right. That's going to be a
Starbucks would
commercial.
like that.
Look.
Commercial for Starbucks. All right, so Gidri, because I got some questions that came in advance. Gidri Pagazakalekikamananiku, she wants to know, I think it's Pagazelski, what is your best advice for a new agent, what you must do and what you should not do?
Oh, for a brand new agent in the business, it is now. None of this is new,
Mm-hmm.
and you won't do it. I always tell when agents come and ask me, I say, I'll tell you what to do. It's not hard, but you won't do it because it is hard. You have to identify everybody you know or could know, and you have to make sure they know you're in the residential real estate brokerage business. You have to pretend, fake it till you make it. You have to, don't tell them I'm brand new. Nobody wants to work with a brand new agent.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't mention. How long have you been in the real estate business, Darryl? And Darryl says, well, I'm in my first year. Now it's his first week, but he
That's
said,
that's how you say it's my first
the
year.
truth is, it's my first year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm early in my career. Oh, okay. Something like that. You don't say this is my third week in the real estate business. Nobody's going to work. But you get out and you reach out to everybody you know or could know or should know, and you just keep pounding them with the fact that you're a real estate broker. I'm a real estate broker. I'm a real estate broker. Because at one moment they're going to think, I think I might want to buy or sell real estate. Do I know any real estate brokers?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know that Darryl Davis fellow.
My wife, we were getting ready for our big event next week, and where I'm going to be doing prospecting and stuff. And my wife was just talking about it yesterday. She used to be in real estate, and she said, if people just open up their, I'm big on FSBOs and expires, but so she was trying to say to me, it doesn't even have to be that. If people just call like people they haven't spoke to in a while, their friends, their family, their relatives, just reach out to people for goodness sakes.
And Darryl, don't ask them, Darryl, are you interested in buying or selling real estate? Don't ask them because you already know they'll call you. You say, Darryl, hey, do you know anybody who might be thinking about real estate? Because I've got a little extra time right here. And this time of year, it's a little slower. So do you know anybody who's might be interested in buying or selling real estate? Don't ask them.
Yeah, easy peasy. Easy peasy.
It's not harder than that. But you say, well, it's got to be, there's got to be some magic. There is no magic. Everybody in life and everything, there is no magic. It's all pretty simple.
Yep. Kathy Boris, she said she has no question. She said, I respect and admire Dave. He was a great mentor and leader to me, and I wanted to support him and listen in on the conversation. So just an FYI on that.
I know Kathy, she and her sister both work for our company. Kathy's been working for us. I mean, how long? I mean, I don't remember being at Carpenter, and I've been there a long time without her. She's in our Brownsburg office. I don't remember. I mean, she looks like she's 30. You know what I mean? She's one of these that always looks great.
She's on the call. She just said since 2002 she's been with Carpenter.
Oh, longer than that. She must be having some issues because she's been longer than that. That's 25 years. It's longer than that. But if she's 30, 25, okay.
All right, let's see. What else I have here in advance? What was the best, worst thing about being... Oh, yeah. What was the one best and one worst thing about being in real estate, according to your experience?
The best thing about being in real estate is it never felt like work. I mean, there were times when you're working and literally your back hurts and you're grinding and it's late at night or whatever. But it is so much fun. And whenever you're starting to feel like you're working too hard, you're not digging ditches. You're not putting a roof on a house in the middle of August. So suck it up, Buttercup, kind of a thing. Get back to work. That was the hardest thing for me. At our company, we're connected and we're a community. This will sound kind of weird. Funerals. Funerals. Our senior management team, Carpenters is a community, and people, it's just life cycle. People die, agents, spouses, grandparents, or children. That's the worst. God, it's the worst.
Yeah.
And so my wife would say, "Do you have anything going on this weekend?" Which meant Saturday's funerals, and we go. Senior management team goes.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's hard.
Yeah.
For me, and so, but that's part of the connection, part of the commitment, and it is community, and it's the culture. And you have to, if you're going to walk the walk, if you're going to talk the talk, you have to walk the walk.
Yeah.
And that's walking, and that's hard.
Yeah. Got it. Okay. How do you know what type of advertising is effective, and which companies are they? I guess it's an agency to be consistent.
We're very traditional real estate company historically, so we were in everything. And you mentioned in some of this material that the newspaper, we're the last real estate company in the state of Indiana to come out of the paper, and we only came out of the newspaper because the newspaper went away. Indianapolis Star. The newspaper comes out, and this is what it looks like. One piece of paper has their headline on the top and nothing else. They used to have a real estate section. We were huge. And it was everything in our company was driven by a financial formula. And if an agent got a listing, they could guarantee to the seller, based on the list price of the property, here's everywhere your house is going to be advertised. Here's how often it was going to be advertised. They could make a commitment. And we wanted them to make that commitment. Now, the newspaper's gone away. We're still in 19, I think we're still in 19 local papers, but the newspaper went away. But we still have a TV show. Every Saturday morning, we have a TV show. Why do we have it? Because it still works. As long as it works, as long as it's relevant, as long as sellers respond to it, whether it helps us sell houses or not, this may be blasphemy for some of you. If in the perception of a seller, if this is something that we can do to market their house and they see it and go, "Oh, I like that," we'll do it.
And plus,
now, everybody's on Zillow. Everybody's here.
Well, that's the thing too, and I say that to our coaching members too. Is what's old is new again, and Warren Buffett taught me when people are greedy, you should be afraid. When people are afraid, be greedy. And so I think of when people are zigging, you zag. So if everybody's on TikTok, be in the mailbox. Go where everybody is and go.
Darryl, we spend through Quantum Mail, by the way, postcards. Full color jumbo postcards. We love them. The company pays for them. And if you're not going to send them, the admin who sits there and goes, how dumb are you not to take advantage of the company? And the company wants you to send them, please send them. And then a lot of our branches, it's automatic now. Why? Because the manager's sitting there going, my bonus, do what the company already knows helps us list and sell houses. Please do it. Please spend our money.
All right. So now, Julie, we've got some questions that people have written in the Q&A. You want to take over on those?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Joe says, you've grown a brokerage over decades through recruiting and expansion. If you were to start today, would you still build it the same way, or would you focus more on systems that make agents more productive?
I would do both, because you can't retain. You've got to retain people. You've got to have the systems, and Carpenter's all about that. And the economies of scale. See, we've built economies of scale. It doesn't cost us any more to provide these services for 6 branches as it does for 36 branches. Website, accounting, personnel, advertising, all of those things cost the same whether you spread it over 6. So we have, let me tell you, state-of-the-art marketing and management support and accounting and all of that. Nobody has anything better. So the systems, but you can't start with the systems because you can't support it. So we built our fixed overhead. Our overhead is based on how, as you grow the business, you grow the support for the business. And it's a catch-22. You're right. It's not either or, it's actually both. And that's the magic.
The balance.
That's the magic is in the leadership, whatever you want to call it, to be able to judge, and get that balance as close. And you won't get it right. Just try to get it close if you're trying to build a company. But you got to have people. It's chicken and the egg. Got to have people, but you got to have systems. You got to have a desk for them to sit at. You got to have a place to park the car. If they come to the, what comes first? So that's the management. That's the balance.
Got it. That's brilliant.
Love it. Joe says, what do you think most brokerages are getting wrong right now?
What are they getting wrong? Oh, they're and I love it. I mean, I laughed at us when we did stupid things. We did a lot of stupid things. And I laugh at them. Shiny penny. And the new thing, AI, this, the NAR. People got so upset with NAR, and I'm thinking, relax, everybody. That's not helping you list and sell a house. Boil it down. What they get wrong is getting distracted from the very basics that have not changed in 50 years. Stay focused. Let all this going on around you. Just stay focused on build your business as an agent, build your branch as a manager, build your company as a broker, and don't get sucked into all the quagmire on the sides.
And you know what? That's actually a great concept that you just made me think of, is that if other people are getting distracted and sucked into that, that's actually a gift to you, because while they're being distracted, you get more focused, more committed. Yeah. Awesome. Go ahead, Jules.
I love it. Patricia asks, how important is mentorship in a brokerage as a new agent?
Some companies have structured, where you're assigned. I love that. We didn't go there. My previous company, we had tried that and we just didn't do a good job at it. And so I didn't like it. I think in our company, I think a lot of times that's happening naturally. And our branches are smaller. We don't have 100 agent branches. They're smaller. And the managers in our company are selling managers, right or wrong, but they also list and sell. And the manager is really the mentor. Come with me, I'm going to a closing. Come with me, I'm going to go get a listing. Hey, I'm going to be showing some property today. Get in the car and come with me. There's nothing more powerful for a new agent,
sure,
especially if it's the branch manager who you want them to look up to that branch manager through their career. And if it's a productive person who's done it for decades, that's great, as opposed to sitting behind a desk. The branch manager can be the mentor, but you got to get in the car and go out and meet people and go to a closing. Show them the check. Here's an agent, and they give you the check of the closing, and then just go like that and goes like that. Now we got to split it with the company, so they'll learn that.
I love that. And how many agents are so hungry for that when they first come in the business, right? They're starving for someone. Just let me follow you. Let me see how it's really done.
Yes, and that's the best training. That's the best, but people don't do it. They don't do the basics. But that's powerful training. Day after day, just follow me. Not just, don't just go get me coffee, but come go with me. Come go with me. Come go with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good.
Pat says, if you don't know many people, what is another option beside expireds and FSBOs or open houses, which I'm already doing? She's a Pat.
Yeah, the open houses is the better. Now this is blasphemy for some of our own people who just love FSBOs and expireds. That's hard. You get so much rejection. There's enough rejection in life that you have to go out and look for. Now, Darryl, I know you're a master at this.
Yes.
But just do open houses. And here's what I want you to do. Do a Thursday evening open house every Thursday at 5:00. every Thursday. I don't have any listings. Borrow them. Every Saturday, but we only do them on Sundays. Do them Saturday and Sunday. Work for 2 hours, 3 days a week. Think about that. Work now. You got to need half an hour set up stuff before, half an hour take everything down. But if you spent 3 hours on Thursday afternoons in an open house into the evening, 3 hours Saturday afternoon, 3 hours Sunday afternoon, doing 3 open houses on listings that you don't have, but your company has. And you did that every Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. You will build a nice business if you did that for 6, 8, 10 months.
Now, why Thursday at 5? I've not heard that before.
Because people are driving home, and there's an open house in a neighborhood they like, and you put out 5 or 6 signs. Most people put out 2 signs. Why not put out 7?
Power agents, are you listening? I say this all the time, David. Power agents, listen. Signage.
No, signage. Yard signs. I don't know if you know this, Darryl. 50 years ago, we used to have signs. Open house signs. We did open houses. We had yard signs. And you put them out, and you put them on the front of the house, on the corner, and then every street that leads in. And if you do that and you don't know a soul,
Speaking your language.
The seller, I don't know. Seller requires me to get the name of anyone that enters the home. And then the seller, it's not me. I'd love to have you come in. The seller won't let me unless you give me your name and address and email and phone, and just until they stop. No, I'm not going to give it to you. Well, I'm sorry. They're already out of the car. What are they not going to tell you who they are?
Exactly. I got so excited because of my team, because that's a huge thing with us with open houses. At least, when I managed, the office policy was a minimum of 10 signs had to go out, because you want to bring people in, especially from the main roads if you can. So
it's so basic, dude.
Yeah, man.
It's not a complex business. It's a very simple business. It's just hard.
It's hard to do.
Oh, I got to stick. Well, it's hot. It's cold. The wind is blowing. The ground is too hard. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Not digging ditches.
Now, Michelle Smith here, and then I've got rapid fire questions, and then
go.
So Michelle Smith, though, just wanted to say, not a question. Tell David his carpenter family misses him. So
I'm still. See, Michelle, see how they throw you away? I'm still here. Julianne and I talk 15 minutes every Friday at 11, unless I'm playing golf or something.
I can't wait to get to know Julianne better. She's so far, my conversations with has been very impressive. She seems like a really powerful, great person, great heart. So, something else.
Be careful, Darryl. You'll run circles around you, and you won't even know what's happening.
I'm sure that is so true, David. That is so true. All right, one early. So here's some rapid fire questions.
Okay, go.
One early career habit that made the biggest difference for you.
Habit. Call people. Ready? This is whenever you don't know. I remember this. It was an epiphany for me. I was a young guy, like 9 years old, kind of, doing. And I didn't know much, and I knew I didn't know much. And so if I had a question, I would think, who has the answer? And I'd call them. In those days, people would pick up the phone. Nowadays, if they don't recognize the number, they would. But I could get the answer, and you call people all over the country, and they'll give you the answer. Just ask people. I think one of the things people love to share. They love to share their knowledge, and so that's why you're doing these podcasts. And call them, ask them.
And by the way, just for everybody, that's one of the principles in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. One leadership belief you had to unlearn.
This was, young guy, and then you're in college and going to school, business school and stuff like that. You had to be, look smart, act like you're smart, all this kind of stuff. And business was cold and no, it's not. Business can be very warm and embracing, and I believe the good guys win. Now, sometimes it takes years and decades, But I think good people, I think people are generally good. I think good people win. I think the people that do it right and do it right, long-term and consistent, I think they win. Now, short-term, they can get the teeth kicked. But I think if you can stay committed, consistent, the good, making good decisions that are good for not just yourself, but everybody, even your competitors, by the way. That's, friendly. Think of your competitors in this business as friendly competitors. I think that was one thing I had to unlearn and then learn what I think is the right way.
Got it. Favorite book that you've written?
I don't read. I don't read anything.
I thought as much.
I don't. I talk to Darryl Davis if I need to learn something, and I'm kind of serious about that. Now, reading's great. My wife reads 5 books at a time, and that may explain why it's always this. I'd rather pick up the phone and call and talk to you about whatever. What's going on, and I chatted before this, and I picked up and learned some stuff about what's going on in your life.
Yep.
Pick up the phone, call somebody.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right, what about movies? Do you have a favorite movie?
Oh yeah. I'm kind of a romantic, and I get all teary. And the senior management team knows Old Yeller.
Oh yeah.
Old Yeller. I still
does that have sound? That one I can't.
Stop it. I love Old Yeller. There's a life lesson there that make you cry, make an old man cry like there's no tomorrow. I love Casablanca, the movie Casablanca.
Yeah.
And then I'm a Western guy. I'm living in Denver. I grew up in Texas. I love The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It is one of the most complex movies ever made. I mean, what was going through the director and the producer's minds in that movie is unbelievable. And what a great soundtrack.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, keep going.
Let's see, a couple more here. Favorite expression or motto that you live by?
Okay, one of them is repetition is the key to learning. And everybody on our management team has heard that 1,000 times. Repetition is the key to learning. And so if you want your team and people around you to learn something, your culture and things, you better repeat it. Your number one audience as a leader in a branch or in a company is your people.
Yes.
Your staff, your support staff, your agents. You've got to repeat. You've got to sell them before you can sell anybody else. In other words, you've got to repeat it, consistent. And you'll get sick of it sometimes, but you got to over and over again. Pretty soon they'll get it, and you'll actually hear them say things like repetition is the key to learning.
The first time I heard that actually was from my mentor, and it was Floyd Wickman. He said it just one word different. He said repetition is the mother of learning, is how I heard him say that. And I so agree. Fly fishing or golf, if you only had to pick one for the rest of your life?
Oh, gosh. I'm going to go with golf because here in the mountains, the streams freeze. And I can still play golf here in Denver, or I can go someplace else and play. Just got back from Cabo down there playing golf, and I just love it. In fact, Darryl, I got a little tennis elbow developing in my left elbow, and I'm a little concerned about that because
go back on the oxycodone.
Golf is it.
All right. Let's see. Finish this sentence, and then I got one last question. Leadership to me is really about.
I'm going to say leadership, as I define it, is about being consistent. You have to be consistent, right or wrong. You have to be consistent in your thought, and I think that consistency over time, consistency of whatever you're trying, and time. Create your culture. Be careful. Be careful. The culture you create can be toxic. So you have to make sure what you're doing, you got to believe in it, and then you've got to do it. You can't just do it. You got to do it consistently over time, days, weeks, months, years, decades. especially when it gets challenging, hard. That's when you got to be consistent. It's hard. It's hard to do. Okay, what else you got?
My last question is what the heck is that thing hanging behind your head that I've been seeing the whole time? It looks like a duster thing that got stuck on the wall.
No, it's just a string of chilies from down in Hatch, New Mexico.
It's a what?
A string of chilies.
Oh, chilies.
They string them together.
Yes.
They don't do that in Long Island, David.
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker from Long Island. I don't know what the hell that is.
Darryl, I've got something for you. I'm going to give this to you. I'm not going to charge you any more than I normally charge you. Have you ever been to Santa Fe, New Mexico?
I don't think I have. New Mexico, yes, but I don't know if it was Santa Fe. I may have flew into it.
No, you wouldn't fly. You'd fly into Albuquerque. But
okay,
I want you to spend 3 nights in Santa Fe, New Mexico in the next year. You won't do it, but you ought to do it.
Okay.
It'll change your life.
But what is there anything particular? Should I call somebody when I'm there?
No.
Just go
there.
there.
Just go there and walk around.
Okay.
It's the oldest continuously occupied city in the United States.
Really? All right, Julie, please write that down.
And,
all right.
And there's great
3 days and 3 days in Santa Fe. Somebody call April.
Yes, call
He
my
won't do it.
He's good at a double dog dare, though, David.
Yeah, I am good.
No, he won't do it. In fact, if let me know when you're going to be down there, and I'll drive down and see.
Okay, great.
I'll walk around. We'll walk around.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I really would.
And you may say, I'm moving to Santa Fe.
I don't know. I'm a New Yorker, man, through and through. I don't think that's ever going to happen. We've discussed the retirement plan.
So many others have said.
Is there anything, David, that I didn't ask you that you would like to add to this conversation before we close it out?
No.
All right. Julie,
I would like to add that Julianne Jensen, the current president and CEO, is on the call with us today. And she said David has and continues to walk the walk. Everything he suggested, he's practiced. Excellent leader. Lucky to mentor under his leadership. No.
That's awesome.
She put that in just as I sent her a little text message. Here's what I need you to
nice
to say.
Did you Venmo her a little bonus for that statement? I like it. That's hilarious.
Yeah. No, Carpenter. By the way, anybody out there, if you've got people moving to Central Indiana, we need the business. I would be so referrals. We have a fantastic. We cover 15 counties, and we will take care of your client like nobody else.
David, this was a true highlight for me. I mean this sincerely because I have always, listen, seriously, I enjoy you as a human being. And besides the fact that you've made such a huge impact in the industry and such a great leader, but yeah, as a person, I've always enjoyed being with you and spending time with you. So I really, gang, those of you, do me a favor, give some love to David in the chat and let him know that this was what you learned or was this valuable. Write something in the chat, please, to thank him because he's actually inherently very insecure and we need to boost up his ego. Yes,
Build me up.
Please, but they are, I see him floating in here. People are just really appreciative, David, seriously. And, thank you for the difference that you've made in the agents in your company, but also in the industry. You've always been a positive light. Yeah, just a really great human being. So thank you.
Well, Darryl, thank you so much for the opportunity.
All right, buddy. All right. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful, I hope this was great for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget, everybody, keep smiling. All right. Thanks again, David.